Welcome. It's a great day to be a miner, and it's a great day to be a miner because I have an entire table full of new hardware to open. I'm pretty excited. Let's stop wasting time and let's spin that intro. Hey, how are ya? We got a lot of cool new stuff to open. We got some GPUs, we got some motherboards, CPUs, accessories, some swag. Yeah, let's just tear into this. Let's start with not the GPUs. Let's start on the hardware side and see what we got here. This stuff's been stacking up for about a week and a half, and I need to unbox this and I need to get this stuff mining. I gotta get it set up. So first off, this is a set of braided sleeved cable extensions. I got these pretty cheap. These are a cheapo set off of Amazon. I believe they were only 18 bucks, and that's the full set with the 24 pin, the CPU, and I believe two 8-pin powers as well. So let's just take a look at these. They had them in black, they had them in red and white, I believe. There were only 3 basic colors, but I really only needed the CPU extension, and that is for my Cortana rig because of the CPU power coming from the ZSX board is just really short. So there is a nice 6-pin. Oh, this even comes with a nice comb, so that's a good bonus. They are black, plain kind of black combs. The sleeving on these are pretty decent, not bad for cheapos. And here is the 8-pin power. And here is my CPU. It actually goes in, or nope, that's another 8-pin there. And there is a 6-pin. And there is my CPU with the 4-pin with an 8-pin on one side and my 24-pin. So this whole kit is only an $18 with free shipping kit. I'll make sure to link it down in the description. I mean, that is hard to beat for sleeved braided cables nowadays and with the complete comb set. So let's move on to something more exciting. So next, let's open this box up. This comes from our friends over at DogeLord Apparel. This is an awesome item. I hope it looks as good in person as it does in the picture. Make sure to jump over onto the DogeLord site if you need any mining apparel, including Misfit Mining, Chump Change, Savage Mining, Red Panda, etc., etc. So it's time. It's time. RGB knife, engaged. All right, let's open it up. Let's see what we got in here. I actually ordered this a bit ago, and it has taken a while for me to get around to opening it. It actually was delivered really timely. I just have had it sitting around because I haven't had time to unbox it. And I wanted to do it on camera and share it with you guys. This is the one, the only SavageMine. Make sure to jump over and pick up some of the apparel from DogeLord. He has been one of the cornerstones of the mining community for quite some time and just a great all-around guy. Check out the quality of this. This is actually a flex fit, very well embroidered SavageMine logo on the front, has the DogeLord logo on the back, and it's a flex fit because that's what I prefer. Fits pretty well on my odd-shaped head. So let's move on. All right, what else we got? What else we got? I am not sure what's in this box, so let's open this box.
Oh, what's in the box?
Very well taped up. I think this one came from eBay. Yeah, this was an eBay purchase. Made a number of those recently. Let's see, it's pretty well packaged. Aha, there's where we're at. This is a server power supply, but this is a server power supply that I have never actually used before. So these ones are selling quite cheap. This is a gold rated server power supply. It is a Dell. I've never used a Dell server power supply. Here it is. It is the Dell Here it is. It is the Dell 03MJJP 1100 watts 80 plus gold. This will work on 110 or 120 volt power. It will also work on 220 to 240 power. A lot of server power supplies, you have to either have 240, they might not work on your lower 120. And that's why I picked this up, because on 120 volts, this thing will output 1,023 watts. The standard HP server power supply that is a 1200 watt is actually only 900 watts on standard 120 volts. So this is gonna give me 123 more watts on the same amount of voltage. So it'll be interesting to see how this actually turns out. A word of note, I'm gonna make a separate video about purchasing server power supplies. Make sure what you're buying, because they have many different slots. Even though this looks like a common power bar, a common slot power bar, it is slightly different than this HP right here. And make sure that you are purchasing a breakout board that goes specifically for your server power supply. Don't just pick one up, plug on a board and fire it up, because you're gonna blow up something, you're gonna fry something, you're gonna cause a whole lot of problems. This, I 100% know, will work with a specific few boards from Parallel Miner, and that's what I'm gonna use. I'm going to use the X11 server power supply board that I picked up from Parallel Miner. So we'll do some fun testing on this thing and get a whole separate video on it. But let's move on. We still got a lot of stuff to unbox here. All right, so next, let's stay with the small boxes. Let's stay with the small ones. This one is quite light. This is the eBay purchase I picked up. It's a very interesting one. I probably overpaid for what it actually is, because they really shouldn't cost that much, because we're buying 50 cents worth of plastic for this thing. But it was actually a neat design, and I wanted to give it a whirl, and I wanted to support someone else in the mining community. So let's see what it is here. All right, this is a 3D printed GPU desk mount. So what this is, I'll be able to put my GPU in there. We've got some nice slots right here for the bottom of the GPU, and the top of the GPU will screw in right here. And then I can put my riser in, and I can set my GPU right like this on a riser, and then this mounts my 120 millimeter fan. So I can use this as a desktop mount for testing, or even adding an additional GPU to a rig. This is a pretty neat, this is a really solid design. I'm not sure if this eBayer actually came up with this. It has a lot of nice flares on the side. It has these little knobs that will actually interlock. I could put 3 or 4 of these, 6 of these on a desktop, interlocked, have an individual fan for each one. They'd be gapped out really well. Then you don't even have a frame, except these are pretty pricey. I would have trouble putting more than 2 of these on a desktop, because if you're putting 2 or 3 of these on a desktop, you might as well just buy a frame and pay about the same price that this individual charges. Maybe some others have a similar design that is cheaper and more efficient. Let's go get a GPU and smack into this thing and see what it looks like. Okay, so we got a random GPU. This is a big boy 2070 Super. This is a EVGA 2070 Super Ultra, I believe. This thing is a pretty big, hefty GPU. I wanted to grab this just because I want to see how it handles a big boy card. I went ahead and slapped a riser. This is an all-wave version 9 riser on there, and we're going to this one's not going to work. We've got 2 pin slots for our actual I/O bracket. If your I/O bracket has 3, it's not going to work on this type of mount. That's an oversight by the designer. If you'd have 3 holes or 1 elongated hole that would accommodate a 3 slot, then this would drop down in there. So that's a design flaw that needs to be worked on and can be updated. I love the engineering that's going on in the mining space right now. Let's grab a different GPU and slap it on there. All right, so now we got a 2070 Super, but this is a KO edition. It's just a double slot with a double pin for the IO bracket. It's not extra wide like the XC model. So let's slap it in there and see how it actually fits. It's pretty good once I put the screw in there. Feels like it'll be pretty tight. Has a little bit of variation on the height. I feel like this bracket here should be slightly taller. I think it's a little too low. But once you put the screw in there and tighten it down, I think it would actually work pretty well. And then you would just slap your 120 millimeter fan on right here. That's actually a really nice little mount. It's a great engineered design. It's very strong. It feels very sturdy because of this extra designing in the middle. I think this is a solid little product. Anyway, let's move on to some more unboxing. All right, so let's go ahead and open the next small box. There's that fragile again, whatever that is. Somebody please in the comments tell me, what does fragile mean? Because I just have no clue. Anyway, let's RGB this thing open. This one, I know what it is. This one came from Parallel Miner. I ordered it. It took less than 4 days to get here. I was surprised because I've heard that their shipping has been a bit slower, or at least their boxing and orders. But this one actually came really quick. The total order, I paid less than $75. And let's see what all came in this order for less than $75. There is my order sheet. Okay, first and foremost, what do I have? I ordered a extra connector 4-pin mini connector cable. And what this does is you can connect 2 breakout boards for 2 server power supplies. When you power on one of the server power supplies, it will power on the second. My man Chump Change just made a video for this. I'll put a link to it up in the description. It's easy peasy. You put one on the mini 4-pin slot on one side, on one breakout, you put this on the other breakout. When you power up power supply A, it will power on power supply B. It will sense the 5-volt power and kick it on. So I ordered an extra because I needed one for my Cortana rig. Then I also got one included with this kit that I bought. So let's take a look at the kit and what's in it. The kit includes 2 HP 750 watt gold server power supplies. So there is 1500 watts. There's 2 of those in here. And 2 of the X11 breakout boards, 1 for each. You can order them differently. You don't have to order X11s in this specific kit. And then you also get to specify the quantities of the cables that you want to go along with this. I ordered, this is 8 here plus 2 additional. And these are 6-pin to come from the breakout board and go out to a 6+2 8-pin end. And then of course you could split each one for, say your graphics card uses 2 8-pins, you'd split this one 8-pin into duals, and then you'd run your graphics card. So I got 10 cables, 10 PCIe power cables, 2 X11 breakout boards, 2 750 watt HP server gold power supplies, 2 of the data cables, and my total order shipped to house less than $75 and took less than 4 days. That is actually surprisingly good value, especially in today's climate. I'll make sure to put a link down in the description for this specific combo and give it a check and see if it fits your needs. Because the only issue you could run into is if you need 1500 watts on a single rig is that you're going to take up a lot more space in this configuration. But this will run on 120 volt power, so that's why I specifically needed this kit for my mining cave where I only have 120 volt. All right, next item, let's open this up. This is an eBay buy. This was a combo pickup that I got from a pretty reliable seeming dude on eBay. We talked back and forth a little bit to ensure what was included, and he accepted a decent offer. I didn't try to lowball him too much. And let's just see. He assures me that everything's good, but he also said he is not a tech guy. So let's see how this actually came and how well it's packaged up. So we got some bubbles on the end, that's good. All right, so it looks like it's very well packaged. Yeah, very nicely packaged, very well taken care of, good bubble wrapping. And let's take a look inside of the packaging. This is the Asus Z390P motherboard. And then as I said, there's the I/O slot. He included all the screws, although I'm not sure why they're not in the box, but maybe he packaged it up and then threw it on top afterwards, which I've done before, so I wouldn't blame him for that. Nothing better than getting your box all ready for eBay. You're ready to send it out to your buyer, and then you look and you've got the manual or piece of the equipment sitting right there to the side. Nothing better than that. All right, so let's look inside this box here. Well, he kind of tore into the bag, but that's okay. It's a Z390. I said 370. This is a Z390 Asus Prime P. It has 6 PCIe slots, and this one came slotted in with an i3-9100 CPU, and that's why I picked it up. It is a really good deal with the CPU. He assured me everything works fine. He purchased the CPU brand new just probably 2 or 3 months ago, he said, and he paid almost $200. It is not the F model. Make sure if you're picking up an Intel CPU for mining, do not get the F because it will need a display out through your graphics card. The F means there is no integrated graphics. If it doesn't have the F on your Intel CPU, then it's probably going to have integrated graphics. So here, let's just take a look. First off, smell check. Not a smoker. That's a great thing to start off with. That is a key thing to ask on eBay. If you do not like smoke, make sure to ask, is this smoker owned? Is it a smoke-free house? So let's look inside the box. The board looks good. Everything smells good. No burnt components. And all of our accessories and whatnot are included. Beautiful buy. As long as this fires up, then it was a heck of a deal. I'll put a price I paid on the screen for this, and then what I'll do is I'll just set this up on my bench here, and I'll hook up a power supply and a monitor, and I'll boot this thing up and make sure that it's running. And it's gonna need some RAM. I would just slot in a 4 gig stick of RAM, put my power supply on it, hook a monitor on this thing, and I'm gonna fire it up and make sure that we boot to BIOS. If we boot to BIOS, then we are golden. By the way, Asus Prime motherboards are amazing for mining. I just built my Cortana rig with the Z370P. It has 7 native slots. I used the M.2 adapter to give it 8 full GPUs, and it's running great. And if you want to see my Cortana build, check it out up in the description. It was a beast. It took me days of troubleshooting. It's finally running, and it's rolling like a beast at 493, 494 mega hash on sub 1200 watts. And that's the loud thing that's running behind me and making it hot in here. Last but not least, the GPUs. These are all bought direct from manufacturer. These two were direct from the same place, but they were purchased a few days apart, and they're different SKUs. And this one I bought directly from AMD. There it is again, Fragile. What is that? Let's open this one up. This one I got from AMD Direct. If you've never bought from AMD Direct, they are actually really nice if you can get through to actually buy them on the drops. They tend to drop on Thursday mornings, and they tend to drop around 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. The window of open is very short, and then it goes through very fast. So they are obtainable the manual way through AMD Direct, however. So let's check this one out. This is the AMD RX 6700 XT. I already have one of these that I've yet to hook up. And a word of note when buying from AMD, if you buy one from AMD, you will be locked out for, I think it is a month from your household. You cannot buy another AMD graphics card directly from them. But if you use a different payment method, different email address, and different billing and physical address, you can get another. I got one sent to my brother's house and I got one sent to my house. So here it is, the AMD 6700 XT. I now have two of these that I haven't got to put in rigs yet. So we're gonna put both of those in the 5700 rig and we're gonna whir them up. Of course, we're gonna put one in the test bench and get all the nerdy numbers for you. These two, they both came from the same place and they are a similar system. Got them on a drop system to where, however, this system actually has a Quay setup and it actually does pretty well. Surprisingly well. All you have to do to buy a graphics card from this company is get in line at the beginning of the line. You stay there, you're already ready, you already have your account set up, and when it gets your turn, you go and check whatever graphics card are available, and if one that you want is available, you pick it up, you buy it, and that's it. And it ships fairly timely. It takes a lot longer than AMD. AMD, you get it in days. It just turns around once it's finally shipped. It's like, it's here. They don't mess around. So let's take a look at this one. Gotta love the peanuts. I'm gonna try not to make these go everywhere. Let's see here. Oh, don't go everywhere. Don't go everywhere. Peanuts everywhere. Fail. All right, there it is. And there it is in all its glory, the RTX 3070 Zotac Twin Edge White Edition. If nothing else, this thing is a gorgeous card. My man Teaspoon just opened one of these. We bought them at the same time. Check out his video up in the description. And if you haven't checked out his videos, go like and subscribe to him as well. He'll give you a teaspoon of crypto every Tuesday. So let's go ahead and move on to the last, because we already know it is also from Zotac. Notice the box size difference. So I'm gonna wonder if this next box is significantly bigger. It should be slightly bigger because it's gonna have 3 fans and this one has 2. These are not LHR. Let's make sure these are not LHR, because I'll send this sucker back if it's an LHR. It is Ice Storm 2.0 cooler. There is no mention of LHR. It's not LHR in the number. This is a full hash rate. You are lucky, because I would not keep you if you were LHR. Next, last but not least, we already know this is from Zotac. By the way, we'll get this put into our test bench. We'll get all the nerdy numbers on it too, test it out, see how much we can push the overclocks, how much we can hash with it. Zotac loves their packing peanuts. These cards will both be going into my Master Chief rig, which will be getting a rebuild real soon with all 3070s. I believe all 3070s, maybe one 3060 Ti. Get out of here, foam peanuts. And next we have the Zotac RTX 3070 Amp Holo Edition. It actually is a twin fan. It's not the 3-fan model. These are both twin fan designed cards, but this one is quite a bit bigger on the box, but I don't think the card itself is a whole lot of difference on size. Maybe 20 millimeters difference in length. Weight is about the same, but for the name of science, let's weigh these. The weigh-in, the Amp Holo is 4 pounds, 10 ounces. The Twin Edge is 3 pounds, 7 ounces. So they are significantly heavier, at least the boxed weight. Well over a pound more. Maybe this cooler is a lot beefier than this cute little white one. They both ran about the same price. MSRP on these cards directly from the manufacturer will run you around $900 counting tax and shipping. Both of these came in just under $900 a piece, and they were both shipped to my door. And actually, the funny thing is I got these 3 days apart. I did use a different account on these though, so that they would both be shipped, because Zotac will can your orders too if you order too many within a set period. But yet I ordered them with the same billing method and to the same delivery and billing address with just 2 different logins. So they must be a little less stringent. You do that on AMD, I guarantee your order will be canceled. So it's getting really hot in here. I guarantee it's over 90 degrees. So let's just go ahead and pop into our outro. Well, there you have it. We have some nice new swag for none other than the DogeLord. Make sure to check out the site for the best mining apparel. Links will be down in the description. We got ourselves some new server power supplies. We got some new breakout boards, new cables, motherboard, CPU combo, some nice new mining accessories, and yeah, not to mention a couple new GPUs, of course. I'll make sure to put links down in the description for most of the things in this video. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Thanks for coming along and enjoy the ride.